Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going back in and doing another best card loadout, but this time it's going to be for Viktor. Alright you guys, we're going to jump right into this. So for the first card, we're going to hop in with Firing Stance. Now Firing Stance is increased movement speed while using iron sights by 20%. I'm going to pull a clip up here on the screen and you're going to see why this helps in different fighting situations, especially against front lines, or say you're going up against a Mave and you need to outgun them. That increased movement speed while using your iron sights won't allow you to get hit as much. I only put it at 20% because if you pair this with Nimble, it'll allow you to be much quicker, and you can also use that, say, extra point that you would put to 3 or 4 somewhere else in this loadout. When you have extra movement speed while aiming down your iron sights, it also makes Viktor feel a lot better to use. Usually if you're slower when you're using your iron sights and then you go to your sprint right after, it feels a little unnatural having those two mixed together, going from insanely fast to insanely slow. It messes with the flow of Viktor, so you want to try and speed up that iron sight speed. That's why we gave this one 2 points and put it to 20%. Now moving on to Predator, gain 24% lifesteal while using iron sights. You guys probably already know why this is insanely important, because we know Viktor has his card that allows him to heal for 400 health per second while sprinting. If you pair that card with this card and as well throw the perk Life Rip or Kill the Heal on top of this, you are not going to have to rely on a healer whatsoever. You can run around the map and be a lone wolf off to the side. Like I said, with Tyra and her loadout, you can go off to the right or left, help out your front line on midpoint, and distract the enemy team from shooting your main team in mid or maybe off to the right flank. You can be off on your own on the left flank or right flank doing your own damage. And if you start to take a lot of damage or you're about to die, just do what we see all those Viktors doing, run around in circles and pray you don't die. Alright, moving on to Hit and Run. Kills grant 30% movement speed for 4 seconds. This goes hand in hand with the first card, Firing Stance, and I gave this one 3 points because movement speed is everything for Viktor, man. If you don't have a ton of movement speed, you can't be getting in and out of areas on the map quick enough. It's almost like you're teleporting. If you see this card loadout being used by a Viktor from the enemy team's perspective, the Viktor is going to be everywhere on the map at once. Now this card I believe counts for eliminations as well. They don't have to be Slade kills. You're going to be jumping around the map like crazy, and as well, if you pair this with Nimble, you'll be entirely way faster. Alright guys, now moving on to Grenadier. It is for every enemy player hit with a frag grenade, reduce its cooldown by 2 seconds. This is also very similar to Tyra's card. All eliminations reduce all active cooldowns by a certain amount, but this doesn't go towards all of your cooldowns. This just goes towards the frag grenade, and we put this at 2 points because 2 seconds felt like enough. If you hit 3 enemies, that's 6 seconds. This is very similar, like I said, going back to Tyra as well. Her flask is like her bread and butter, man. And same with Viktor. This guy's frag grenade, you can do 700 damage a hit if you land it just right. And being able to rapidly throw that grenade, it's going to annoy the enemy team. You're going to be able to do a lot of chip damage for your team as well. Alright you guys, and moving on to the last and final card, Scramble. Gain 25% damage reduction while using Hustle. If you pair this, like I said, with the movement speed and the card being able to heal for 400 health per second, it basically makes Viktor invincible. Unless the whole enemy team's looking at you, obviously you're going to die. But if you're getting nailed from 2 sides by 2 different people on the enemy team, you're most likely not going to die, because the 25% damage reduction paired with the health regen when you're sprinting around or in Hustle, you're only going to be taking 75% of the damage that's being thrown towards you as compared to the full 100%. And if you are healing at the same time, it's basically going to cancel out the damage for you. Alright you guys, transitioning over here to Viktor's 3 cards that you have the selection of at the beginning. We have Burst Mode, Cardio, and Shrapnel. Burst Mode, enable 3-shot burst mode on your assault rifle, increasing damage and improving effectiveness at range. In my opinion, this is very good. I've seen many Viktors use this card, but the 3-shot burst mode, when hitting headshots, it rips people's health apart. I've seen Viktors hit front lines with this card, and one burst does half of their health, and we know how much health those front lines have. Not only does it enable 3-shot burst mode, but it increases your damage and your effectiveness at range. This card will let you sit back. You won't have to push up as much and be right in the enemy's face. All right, moving to cardio. In my opinion, the card to use with Viktor. It is by far, you should be using this one. Burst mode is still very good, but cardio is heal for 400 health per second during hustle. You can be gone and doing your own thing with this card. You don't have to rely on a healer. You don't have to pull back for a healer. With this card loadout that I have, like I said, if you have the 25% damage reduction while in hustle, paired with this, you're almost never going to die. You're going to be absorbing a lot of that damage and healing at the same time. Moving on to the last card, Shrapnel, increase frag grenades AoE by 40%. I've never really used this card. You could if you're very good with the grenades and you feel like they do a lot for you and you constantly see yourself having to use the grenade. I would go for this one. It'll allow you to increase the AoE. And like I said, if you pair this with the card that I have in the deck, reducing the cooldown by 2 seconds for every enemy hit, if you're increasing that area of effect by 40%, you're going to be able to hit more enemies, meaning you're going to get your grenade back faster in return. All right, you guys, that's all I got for today. That's the best card loadout in my opinion with Viktor. It works very well. I've been using it for a while, trying out Viktor. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. Share the videos. Trying to grow the channel like usual. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you later.